The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hey everyone, this is Anna Nossel. I'm a product marketing manager on the Ansible team here at Red Hat, and we are excited to talk to you today about automation analytics, one of the new SaaS features of the Red Hat Ansible Automation platform that was released last Thursday, November 14th, so we're really excited about that launch.
My name is Bill Nottingham. I'm a project manager here at Ansible, and I'm excited to talk about this feature that we've been working on for the past 6-8 months, and we're happy that it's live now and we can show it to you.
Yep. And during this session, we're going to give the presentation, and we will also let you see the inside of the analytics platform and what some of the notifications look like through screenshots, and then there will be time for questions at the end. Okay. So what are we going to be talking about today? We'll be talking about what is automation analytics, what can it do, and how can you enable it. So I'll go over this quickly since there really wasn't a preamble about the Ansible Automation platform to begin with. We announced the Ansible Automation platform at Ansible Fest this year back in late September. And automation analytics is part of the Red Hat Ansible Automation platform subscription. So with the Ansible Automation platform, you're getting components of Ansible that you already know and love and that you're probably already using. So you still receive supported Ansible Engine, supported Ansible Tower that's going to bring you the scaling capabilities and the intuitive automation dashboard that you're used to, as well as the network and security automation specific content, which are some of our most popular use cases we see with customers deploying Ansible. The new services that were brought to the table in the Ansible Automation platform are our certified content collections, Automation Hub, and Automation Analytics. Those three components were launched last week. And as you can see on this slide, we're not stopping there. We're going to be rolling out more of these SaaS services in 2020. So hopefully some of those will be available for the Red Hat Summit in late April of 2020. Okay, so what is automation analytics? This is a software as a service offering that lives on cloud.redhat.com and provides visualizations of the use of automations for all the Ansible Tower clusters running in your enterprise. And it includes three main parts. You get a visual dashboard, health notifications, and organizational statistics. And along with Automation Hub, it lives on your cloud.redhat.com dashboard, and we'll show you what that looks like later in the presentation. We developed automation analytics because a lot of customers have been coming to us asking to get more insights into what was actually happening with their tower deployments, how they can make them better, and how they can report on this across different teams who are running Ansible Tower. So automation analytics is going to provide you a dashboard that gives you a way to discover which playbooks and which modules are used the most often in your enterprise. It also informs you by providing notifications about the health of your tower clusters, and the dashboard will help you compare how different organizations across your enterprise are using automation to help drive these automation initiatives. So overall, this is basically just very valuable data that you'll be able to take across your team to measure success for your automation. Again, why did we do this? Customers have been asking us for this, and we're hoping to help you answer questions like, if I gave a certain team automation access, how often are they using it? Are the playbooks they're running being successful most of the time or only some of the time? And then for those of you that have reporting into maybe the accounting department, we're hoping that in the future, automation analytics will provide you an opportunity for chargeback, so you can accurately bill the teams who are using and consuming more automation than other teams. This also has potential to help show the return on investment of running automation across your enterprise when you can show which different teams are using it and what tasks they're actually automating and how much potential time that they are saving from automating with Ansible, either across multiple environments or geographies. Okay, I'm going to hand it over to Bill for what automation analytics can do for you.
So yeah, as Anna said, we're building this for the teams in your organization that are running the automation, so they can run their automation better, so they can see what's going on in their platform, so they can figure out where things are succeeding, where things are failing, and how things can run better. We know that our customers are deploying automation across their organization, across the server team, across the networking team, across the Windows team. And they're running this automation platform for all of those teams. So they need to have a good view into what's going on. So we're going to start with going through the automation analytics dashboard. There are 4 main areas here: job status graph, top job templates, top modules, and notifications. So we'll go into each of those in turn. So first, we show you jobs that have run over time. Now, this is jobs run across all the clusters in your organization. So if you've got different clusters for different teams, like networking or security, if you've got different clusters for dev, test, and prod, they are all going to be reporting here into one interface, so you can see what's going on everywhere. It gives you a view that shows all automation that's running across, whether it's succeeded and failed. Plus, you'll see the drop down at the top left. You can filter it by time period and also by the individual clusters. So if you need to see what's going on a particular cluster, you can. Next, we show you the top templates that are run, just to see what automation is running the most across all your environments. To see whether your teams are deploying their applications all the time, or maybe they're verifying the network configuration 10 times a day. We want to be able to show you what's going on so you can see what's happening most often in your automation. Next, we show the top modules as well. This, again, gives you a view as to what's going on in your automation, but it also gives us the building blocks for future insights and analytics we can give to you. We want to be able to show you if you happen to be using something that's deprecated, we want to show you the better way to write your automation. If you are using supported content for the Automation Hub that may have an issue, we want you to link back to the Automation Hub to where you get that content, so we can, again, guide you to the right content so that your automation will perform better overall. That's just a snapshot into where we're going with this. And then there's the health notifications. We're starting off by just giving you information on the health of your clusters as they report into automation analytics. So if the cluster is down and hasn't synced in the past 5 days, you'll see it here. If there are nodes in the cluster that are down, you will very soon see this here. Similarly, if you're reaching your license count or your license limit or other things that basically mean this cluster has issues, you need to go debug them or fix them or get a new license. Whatever it may be, we want them to show up here. And we want to build even more of this into automation analytics as time goes on. So if you have a cluster that's overloaded and jobs are queuing up, we want that to show up here. We're intending to actually build this into its whole separate view. So as alerts and notifications are coming for your automation, you can see it as it happens. Next, we're going to talk about our second view, the organizational statistics, and how you can pull more information from there. So as you can see, we break down your automation by the different organizations in your environment that are running it. These could be your different application teams, it could be your networking teams, it could be your security teams. But you have your automation segmented by org. So the first step is showing you what's happening over a time period, over the past day, week, month. We'll show how each org is running automation. And then at the bottom, we have 2 different graphs. First, the job runs by the organization overall over the time period, so you can see who's running the most automation jobs. And then the actual automation tasks and usage by different organizations. So for example, you may have a team that is running jobs 10 times a day, so it appears as a lot of job runs. But if they're only doing like 2 tasks on 2 servers, that's actually not going to be a lot of automation load. Where if you have a team running once a day, but they are actually checking the network configuration on 10,000 devices, that is a lot more automation load and automation tasks that we'll be showing you here. So that's why we give you a few different views into this information, so you can pull the information that you need. As said, this is allowing you to get information on who's using your automation in a variety of ways, so you can use it in a few different ways as well. If you want to use this to gamify your automation, so you can say, hey, the network team over there is automating this often, and look at all the time that they're saving with their automation. You need to get on board the automation platform as well. You can take this information and do that. Or if you're running this platform and you need to see who's using it the most in case you need to do internal chargeback to amortize your automation costs, you can use this information for that as well. And just to go into a little bit about what automation analytics is for versus what Ansible Tower is for. Ansible Tower, the user interface, gives you the recent information on just that Tower instance. So it'll show you the jobs that are running on that one cluster, so you can see what's just going on in that environment. The idea of automation analytics is that it takes this information across all your environments so you can have a single place to see what's going on everywhere, where you can see all the automation that is running, who is running it. You can filter it down by cluster if you need to, but you can get those analytics across everything that runs in your automation environment. I'm going to throw it back to Anna to talk a little bit more about how we built this and how it resembles some of our other cloud services.
Cool, yes, thanks, Bill. So if you're a Red Hat Enterprise Linux customer that has activated Red Hat Insights, you may see some similarities between these two tools because they're used for similar topics, and also the notifications will appear similarly in your dashboard area. So we just want to talk about the differences and similarities between Red Hat Insights and Automation Analytics, just to clarify the differences there. They are two separate products, even though they both live within cloud.redhat.com. So Red Hat Insights is included with your RHEL subscription, and it calls on the Red Hat Customer Experience and Engagement database of previously filed help.redhat.com tickets. And Insights is going to be proactively scanning your systems to find issues with your RHEL deployments and suggest solutions ahead of time. With Automation Analytics, you're really only comparing yourself to your own Tower deployments. So we aren't comparing you to other Ansible users or other help tickets that Ansible Tower users may have filed. It's a view-only mode of your automation estate. And really, Automation Analytics is there to optimize the automation services that you are already providing, not to compare you against problems that other companies' automation services may be having. However, they're both powered by cloud.redhat.com, and the way that notifications bankroll will look similar. So the interactive experience between Red Hat Insights and Automation Analytics may be a bit similar. So we often have customers ask about data handling and security because both Red Hat Insights and Automation Analytics require you to hand over some of your data to Red Hat. So here are 4 things that you should know about data collection inside Automation Analytics. First of all, you have control over what kind of data is sent. You can perform a collection on your data before it's sent to Red Hat to review what's going to go outside your firewall in advance. All of the information is going to be encrypted. Encryption happens from the time that your information is collected on your client server to transmission, and each customer's data is sent and encrypted with a different identification key. We aren't collecting task details, any of your secrets, or your user information, so this very granular customer identification information is not being collected and not being sent. And then Red Hat will keep your Automation Analytics data in its process form for up to a year, mainly because this is a brand new product, and in order to provide a long-term comparison and history of your automation estate, we need to keep your data for long enough that we can actually start to make comparisons there. And then I'll throw it back to Bill for how to enable Automation Analytics and how to turn it on from within your cloud.redhat.com dashboard.
Yeah, thanks, Anna. Yeah, so Automation Analytics is a service that lives on cloud.redhat.com. So if you go to cloud.redhat.com and log in with your Red Hat username and password credentials, you'll see it alongside services like Red Hat Insights and the OpenShift Cluster Manager. As you can see, there's a tab here for Red Hat Ansible Automation that includes both Automation Analytics and Automation Hub. Now, to get data into Automation Analytics, you need to do some steps in your tower, in each tower cluster that you want to send data. It's very simple. You just go to the settings page, you click yes in the checkbox for gather data for Automation Analytics, and you enter your Red Hat username and password that will be used to send that data. You save the settings, data will be sent then, and then it will be sent on a period of about every either 4 to 6 hours, so you can get closer to real-time updates of data as it happens in your systems. I would note that this feature is only available in Ansible Tower 3.5.3 or later. This includes the recently released Ansible Tower 3.6. So you do need to be on a recent version of Tower to send data to Automation Analytics. So Automation Analytics is now available as part of the Red Hat Ansible Automation Platform subscription. It is available as of last week to all subscribers who have an Ansible Automation subscription. This means if you've purchased Red Hat Ansible Automation, or if you've purchased the old Ansible Tower Plus Engine subscription, you have access to Ansible Automation Analytics. You can opt in, as noted, on every tower cluster that you want to send data. So if you we've got some questions on this app we launched it. This is not an add-on that you have to pay extra for. It is included with your Ansible Automation subscription. Our goal with the Ansible Automation platform is to make sure you have everything you need to build an enterprise automation platform. So we're not going to have things split out for extra cost. You buy the subscription, you get everything that we're doing. People ask about turning it off if they don't want it. It is not enabled by default. You do have to opt into this wherever you want to send data, and obviously we're not going to send data without your opt-in, because we're not even going to know your username and password to do so unless you give it to us. People have asked about using Automation Analytics with AWS, and that is not supported and not available. It is part of the Ansible Automation Platform subscription and only works with Ansible Tower. And again, people ask about what we're going to do with this data and how we process and store it. As mentioned a little bit earlier, everything is encrypted from transit from your tower clusters to Red Hat, and then in the cloud.redhat.com platform, where each customer's data is encrypted separately and stored separately. So there's no chances of data intermingling or you seeing somebody else's data. So again, thanks for joining us. We're now going to turn it over to questions that have come in during the webinar. Well, there doesn't appear to be any questions at this time, so I want to thank you for joining us today. This webinar will be posted on Ansible.com, and we will send you a link to the recording after it is posted. And again, thanks for joining us today, and happy automation.